selections. Came in, checks up, motion, tryna get up. Tell a man we don't let up. Simple, better, tryna blow in no mention. Trying, test us, show the masses we next up. Clinical selections. Came in, checks up, motion, tryna get up. Tell a man we don't let off. Simple, better, tryna blow in no mention. Trying, test us, show the masses we next up. We the best one, typical we don't let up. Low key on a chest hunt, tryna treasure that and go check mom. Just one hit and I'm set up. Teach a man about lesson, be the hardest, don't let up. Stay a lane and don't let none. Come and swerve up and try text some. Heard you needing us best come. Sweep up to the next one. Everybody's trying to race F1. Competing, never teaching. What's wrong with all of these eaters? I'll teach man about season. Come and fry up and I'll beat them. Clinical selections. Came in, checks up, motion, tryna get up. Tell a man we don't let off. Simple, better, tryna blow in no mention. Trying, test us, show the masses we next up. Clinical selections. Motion, tryna get up. Simple, better. Trying, test us, show the masses we next up. Clinical selections. Came in, checks up, motion, tryna get up. Tell a man we don't let off. Simple, better, tryna blow in no mention. Trying, test us, show the masses we next up. Clinical selections. Came in, checks up, motion, tryna get up. Tell a man we don't let off. Simple, better, tryna blow in no mention. Trying, test us, show the masses we next up.
Dying ain't much of a living boy. Dying ain't much of a living boy.
chatting, but it ain't involved. Me and bro are whizzing 80 down the base road, leaning back. I just heard my record on the radio. They said that I ain't got it, then I take it though. Ain't nobody gonna stop me when I take the throne. No, if you drop the ball, I'll pick it up and I will take it home. It's not me, then who? So shut up, get out my face when I step in the room. Bad energy, now that can't do, now that can't run, I'm not in the mood. Yo, might be wanna get down with a kid like vinyl, she wanna groove. Told her you better not lie to me and she lied to me, that's rude. Can't put me in the rat race, I need to set pace, I need to move. I'm grinding too, cause if not me then who? Everything show, when I come through I show, shows we sell, man on top I L.
through, when I come through, when I come through. S-H-E-double-L, everything show. When I come through, I show. Shows we sell. Man will talk by L. Double M-Z and so. When I come through, when I come through, when I come through. S-H-E-double-L, everything show. When I come through, I show. Shows we sell. Man will talk by L. Double M-Z and so. S-H-E-double-L, everything show. When I come through, I show. Shows we sell. Man will talk by L. Double M-Z excel. When I come through, when I come through, when I come through. S-H-E-double-L, everything show. When I come through, I show. Shows we sell. Man will talk by L. Double M-Z excel. When I come through, when I come through, when I come through. S-H-E-double-L, everything show. When I come through, I show. Shows we sell. Man will talk by L. Double M-Z excel.
I did so in my own lane. Through the envious sides of some peers, cause all of my achievements they can't explain. I ain't here to bud the MCs, but it's a welcome part of this game.
S-H-E-double-L, everything show. When I come through, I show. Shows we sell. Man will talk by L. Double M-Z excel.
It's that. Yeah. Possible family.
When I come through, when I come through, when I come through. S-H-E-double-L, everything show. When I come through, I show. Shows we sell. Man will talk by L. Double M-Z excel.
Don't come to me with them bars. Come to me with them flows. Motherfuckers all sound the same when the standards moving so low. You ain't Skips, you ain't X, cause a man they made it their own. Take inspiration, don't imitate. In a population of clones, I don't care about people who wanna talk the talk when I'm gone. In person, they got another face, maintain the bullshit, they're dumb. They think that nobody sees it, my friend, you ain't fooling no one. As I'm blazing this blunt, trust, you ain't fooling no one. Yet most of the time I smile, but steely-eyed with that focus. I do this shit for my family, don't spend any time on them jokers. Everyone, we just style it out, we all elevate, that's the aim. But human beings can be envious when you're climbing out of their lane. Ayy, people think you're insane when you think you're way past the box. I looked around for that solidarity, breaking out of them locks. When I realised that's my lot, make sure I fight the first shot. Took stock of everything I got, ayy. When I came in the game, I should've asked how many enemies lie in the dark. Disentangling bad intentions from any person who speaks from the heart. No reaction to any moron, especially when they just live for the fast. No satisfaction to clout chasers, they're furious in their stance. Been through a lot in my life. At the playground I heard monkey charts, so they're fucking up with my pride. Thinking what the hell is so wrong with me, and never understood if that's right. But nowadays I'm down for that fight. You couldn't get to me if you tried, nah, it's your demise, yeah. Life is a game in your design. Being a master in mitigation and celebrating with the force behind. Represent a new generation of everybody who's seeking a light. Cause if you live your days without feeling, you'll never really take flight. Because success is always earned, and even though I'm never perfect, I try and keep my word. Remember sinners always sin. Have only love for what you're working with. This planet is a beautiful thing. Don't make the worst of it.
This is the way I'm best got today.
your name no top of the flyer. Me nah stress, me can't bother car. We are double biller.
We knew this industry is full of egomaniacs. We powder up their nasal tracks. They tend to give you their respect, but then they take it back. Certain people see me as a threat, I better face the facts. Yeah, peace, love and unity, these motherfuckers say they preach. They're only in this for themselves, the glory's all they seek. Don't ever try and tell me there's a scene. And when I'm live on that stage, I'm no longer biting my tongue. And I know these idiots watch, they don't get their money up front. Why the fuck are they triggered? Aren't they bored of running their gums? Hang up the mic, my friend, you're done. And when I'm live on that stage, I'm no longer biting my tongue. And I know these idiots watch, they don't get their money up front. Why the fuck are they triggered? Aren't they bored of running their gums? Hang up the mic, my friend, you're done.
You wanna play fool, you wanna play fool. You think I can see what you're doing to me? You're gonna lose this love. You're gonna lose this love. In with the mouth. You're gonna lose this love. You're gonna lose this love. You're gonna lose this love. You wanna play fool, you wanna play fool. You think I can see what you're doing to me? You're gonna lose this love. You're gonna lose this love. You wanna play fool, you wanna play fool. You think I can see what you're doing to me?
Has it been for real? You gotta know how you make me feel. All these years has it been for real?
We'll be right back.